Anybody doing?
Wanted to check on Dylan, see how he's doing.
Got no answer for you. Haven't seen him.
Okay.
We were off yesterday. So.
Okay. Eric Freeney, has he made a decision yet?
Yeah, his plan is the red shirt.
Okay.
I always say plan because everybody's plans can change.
Yeah. If you had an unfortunate rash of injuries, any one of those three.
Well, that obviously.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks for throwing that out there.
Reverse jinx, maybe. Offensively, how much of the turnovers do you think is guys learning each other and learning your system with so many new guys?
I had a combination of both, but I'd say more that we're trying to move the ball more. And when you emphasize passing, I'll just give you an example. Teams that try to pass the ball line, Golden State, they're going to have more turnovers. And Bob Myers and I have discussed this actually like a few years ago. You know, where Jaime, Tiger predominantly had the ball a lot. There's less passing. Your turnovers are going to be lower. Where when you're a team, so there's risk reward, right? You know, when you're a high ball movement team, you're going to have those great possessions. But, you know, when your goal, like in their case, is 300 passes a game, you know, every time you pass it, something bad could happen. I mean, that's just reality. It's just like a football game, obviously, right? The more you run the ball, the less turnovers you would have versus a team that throws it all the time. So some of it is just, you know, trying to play with more ball movement and trying to play faster. And then you throw in 8 new guys and, you know, playing together and all that stuff.
Are you encouraged that the defense is already, at least metrics and numbers wise, already playing at a pretty high level, but the offense will have a lot of room for growth as the season kind of goes
No,
on?
because I'm still have PTSD from the New Mexico game. So, I thought our effort against Boston U, like the opponent may dictate the outcome, but I just grade our effort. I thought our effort and our was as good as any team I've ever coached on Monday night. We had 11 dives on the floor. We held a college basketball team to 40 points and turned them over 28 times. It's really hard to do. I don't care who you're playing. You know, and it's not like it's a low possession game. We're pressing and running and held the team to 40 points. Like, it's almost impossible. We had a player get 16 deflections, Sky Clark. I mean, it's really hard. Like, you know, I'm hard on the guys because it's demanding. You know, good coaches are demanding. So people misinterpret it. But my praise for them couldn't have been any higher after that game. Just their attitude and their effort. That's all. I think you approach the game with that type of effort and attitude, you're going to have a good season. So I don't think it could have been any better. And then when I didn't think that when I came in to talk to you guys, and when I watched the film, it was, we had some guys with like what we would call 5 effort plays in 1 possession. Sky had, right? He pressured the ball, was in helped 2 guys, pressured the ball, then took a charge. Not only did he have 16 deflections, he took 2 charges and got 6 rebounds. All effort plays, all winning plays.
Back to turnovers for a second. Is it harder to break habits for guys who have been through college programs in terms of turnovers than it is with, I don't know, instructing high schoolers?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. I would say, it's hard for me. I wasn't with these guys at the 6 previous stops. So it's really tough for me to say that. I would say, 4 of the guys that have turned it over played here last year. So, Dylan had 6 against New Mexico. I mean, he was the biggest culprit. He played here for the last 2 years. So, and you know how I am about it. So, hard to say though what gets emphasized in other programs.
how big of a shining star has Trent Perry been so far?
What do you mean by shining?
Just
I went to there was a camp one time I think I got invited to. That's this shining star. It's a very interesting term you used.
Just doing a great job.
Trent's a young, talented guy with a great attitude. He's very hard on himself because he's analytical. He's so intelligent. He knows when he makes mistakes. I don't have to tell him. And he tried to hold himself to a high standard. I had a talk with him about he's got to allow himself to grow, and meaning that he's going to make mistakes. Just play through them. Just keep trying to play through them. I think he's got to give himself some grace.
And you help with that too, right? Because
I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm trying. Usually, like when like I don't have to. He knows before I say anything. Some guys, they would have no clue that they made a mistake. He knows every one he makes. He's such a cerebral player. But that's part of it. I just want him to just focus on his effort. Like Sky's doing a great job right now, just focusing on his effort. So he's got to allow himself some grace. Kobe's been talking to him about it. Kobe's been really trying to help him through that because Kobe sees it.
Will seems like he's kind of growing incrementally with each game. What have you seen out of his development, and is he kind of slowing down a little bit? And
I just think his efforts, his effort was great the other night, and I'm concerned. I'd like Will to play more. I see he's fatiguing too easily, and that's something we're trying to work on with our strength and conditioning and training staff. Not concerned. I'm not sure why, but you can look if you watch this close, like you can see it at times, like literally you can physically see it. Which is, I'm not sure why, because it's not like he's played 30 minutes.
Have you seen that with other players before?
I have. Sometimes I think guys, it could be something in the cardiovascular that you could identify. Other times, I think guys get to hyperventilating with excitement, and they need to control their breathing stuff. With him, it's not like he's an untrained athlete. That's why I'm trying to figure that side out, because it's not like he's an out of shape guy. So, or it just could be, he played at a different level, and he's never had to play like with this type of intensity up and down the floor. And that's an adjustment for him. That's what's fatiguing him, possibly.
What's he look? Has he shown that in practice at all, or not?
It's hard because you're always stopping. Practice is tough to gauge that in practice.
Lazar said after the game on Monday that there's still some flow issues with the half-court offense because he's learning everybody who's on the team.
Yeah.
Do you see that, do you think there's
for sure? For sure. I think, again, we're trying to be more of a ball movement team. It's when you're trying to pass the ball more, you're going to have some more turnovers. Again, they may have brought it in. They both, you got guys playing together for the first time. I think we're trying to continue to work and going to try to continue to work through it. I think it'll help us in the long run.
Are you implementing different sets of the team that you're trying to move the ball more with?
Yeah, we have. From the beginning with this team, we have. I don't think the answer is to just put the ball in one guy's hands so we turn it over less. I think, for the long growth of our team, that having more pace and having more ball movement will help us, but we're going through growing pains with it. To answer all the questions about that, if that makes sense.
My understanding is that you're not expecting to. I know they don't sign letters of intent anymore, whatever it's called now, but
it's a new.
You're not expecting to bring in.
I think they're just going to throw out all the rules, Ben. No letters of intent, and within 5 years it'd just be contracts. Let's just call it what it is.
Yeah.
get me started this morning. We got to practice. Just this, nobody's signing early.
And
we got 14 guys out there, and 3 of them are redshirting, and you got only 2 seniors. That being said, in this great game that we have, and the great rules that we have in college, we only have one rule. There are no rules. It's all a joke. Like literally, there's no rules. I mean, it's we have compliance meetings. Why? That's stuff that But there's really only one rule. You can transfer every year. So who the hell knows next spring? Who knows? And then you sign early now. It used to be there was binding, and now it's just an aid thing. If a guy wants to change, he can sign with you. If he decides to change his mind, you're going to let him out. There are no rules, Dave. Let's just be honest about it. I really struggle with the hypocrisy of where we're all at with the whole thing. Don't struggle with it. I use it as comedy. I need some comedy in my life. There's a lot of comedy. Yeah. I mean, it's a fact. I mean, what are the rules? There's only one definitive rule. Kids can transfer. And by the way, remember I told you this? Didn't I tell you it was coming? Remember at the Pac-12 tournament?
Yeah.
What'd I tell you? Somebody was going to sue because they wanted to play more college sports. I called it. Did I not call it? And by the way, he didn't lose. He lost the restraining or the temporary injunction. But it's going to be the judge is going to listen because the judge didn't want to grant it because he wants to give the NCAA their chance to give their side. So it's not over for that guy. I don't know Vanderbilt's quarterback, right?
Yeah.
I don't know his name.
Pavia. Diego Pavia.
Great name.
Oh, it's great. Top tier.
How cool is it? Plays quarterback. His name's Diego. You kidding me?
And he beat Bama.
Pretty strong. So yeah, pretty soon that rule will be out. You can play as long as you want. Lazar could stay. Keep getting NIL and just keep playing college basketball. Why not? So that's what it is. So, all right, guys, you good?
Thank you.
Thank you.